mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb.
Yeah, Isaiah 34. Why? Because the Lord gonna get credit, man. You see what I'm saying? And who the rocks and the mountains hide us? That's the bunkers, man. That's why Esau knows what's going on, man. That's why he's created so many bunkers. Esau got head bunkers, $1 million, billion-dollar bunkers, man. Because when all those nukes start falling, they gonna be going into those bunkers trying to hide and survive. I said this in another video. Watch the movie Greenland. That's talking about meteors, but it's kind of the same effect, right? Because the Lord can cause meteors and shit to come out the sky too, just to help. You know what I mean? Help the nukes, right? And the main thing with that movie, the main thing that everybody's worried about in that movie is getting to a bunker. That's the whole thing in the movie. It's getting to a plane, so you got to get a ticket to get on a plane so they can get to a bunker so they can try to survive. You know? And it actually speaks about Revelation 8 when it talks about wormwood in there, man. So that's what everybody's going to be worried about. And who's going to get credit for all this? The Lord. So when we say we give all praises, call halal, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, we mean we give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. You got brothers on earth trying to get praises for shit, man. Trying to take credit for shit. It don't matter if I watch their videos for 3 years, for 5 years to learn the truth. We give all praises to the Lord. Because you wouldn't have it if it wasn't for the Lord or it wasn't for the Bible. Right. You didn't give us the Bible. You might help a brother understand the Bible, like it talks about in the book of Acts, but we give all praises. So just like when this place is destroyed, you give all praises to the Lord. If I teach this brother something, give all praises to the Lord. I don't need the praises, because it's not mine. It don't belong to me. It was given to me too, and I did my part in spreading it. But it don't belong to me. It belongs to us as a whole because it's given to Israel, but it belongs to the Lord first off, right? So that's who we giving praises to first. We give praises all to the Lord. Stop trying to take credit for everything. Who did you learn from? Who you wouldn't even know the truth if it wasn't for who taught you. You gotta reverence and give honors to this and that. No, we give double honors. We give all honors and all praises. What does all mean? We give all praises to Yahweh Bashem.
What scripture is that where it talks about doing right with his money? Speaking about his scriptures.
I'm not sure off top of my head. In the book of Matthew.
Yeah. Well, if I'm not for sure what it is, but that's what it's talking about when he's saying giving all praises. So this would be considered the Lord's money, right? And to the brothers that he gave it to, right, the understanding to, they were spreading it, right? And that's when you making good use of the Lord's money, right? And that's why we still got to give all praises to the Most High, because this is his money. Yeah, he gave it to us.
He gonna be credited with everything. When the destruction come, it don't matter if the Lord put the spirit on Jake to riot and take down and be a fire and a flame in the house of Esau to stumble. We ain't giving credit to ourselves. We giving credit all to the Lord. When those nukes come, the Lord ain't gotta have the chariots take nukes off the ground. Esau gonna shoot the nukes on each other, right? The EU nations gonna shoot nukes on America. Russia gonna shoot nukes on America, but all the credit, even though they're doing the shooting of the nukes on America, the credit still goes to the Lord, because the Lord gave them that technology and put it in their hearts to do it. So the whole world's gonna know, look, this is coming by the way of the Lord, man. And then the Lord gonna come back. They're gonna see the Lord.
What verse we at? 34. Isaiah 34, verse 4. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree.
Now, it just said that in Revelation chapter 6. So that's how you break the Bible down. Here a little, there a little. You know, you get precepts to get a better understanding of what a verse is saying. That's how you break the Bible down. So just like it said in Revelation chapter 6, talking about the fig tree. But it said all the hosts of heaven should be dissolved. What could cause that? Nuclear missiles, man. That's what's going to dissolve. You get the mushroom cloud that goes on.
This the rest of Revelation 6. Verse 17. Revelation 6, verse 17. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Right, we said I'm on. Right? So it says in Isaiah 34, all the hosts of the heavens should be dissolved. Who should be able to stand on that day? You're so tough and shit, man, but how you gonna be able to stand when nuclear missiles coming out? You gonna be praying, you gotta be humble, man. Cause ain't none of us shit, man. And we made videos about this, and we ain't got no power, man. Neither one of us got no power. All the power we got is what we can do with our hands. And that ain't shit. You a human. All it takes is 4 Edomites to come up here and they could subdue us. It's just, you got to be real with yourself, right? So you ain't got no power, man. So you got to be humble. You know, all that talk, that big bad talk and this and that shit, it ain't going to get you nowhere, man. It's just going to make enemies. Keep going.
Revelation 34, verse 5. I mean, not Revelation 34, Salaki, Isaiah 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, excuse me, it shall come down upon Edomia and upon the people of my curse, the judgment.
So Revelation 6 is talking about the nukes coming down. Revelation 34 we know is talking about the same thing as Revelation 6, the same event. But now in Isaiah 34, it's talking about a sword coming down. So that same Esau was blessed with the sword. Remember, we said the Lord gave him the technology to make those nukes. So the Lord's gonna take that sword and He's gonna bathe the sword in heaven, and then it's gonna come down upon them, and He's gonna use it against Edom. Right? So the sword being bathed in heaven, it goes up into the heavens, into space, right? And then it comes down to hypersonic missiles and they hit their target. It bathes itself in space. It goes in space and comes down, and then it hits its target, which is going to be Esau. That's why in Isaiah 63 it said, who is that coming from Edom? Because he's going to destroy different places on earth, but no place is going to be destroyed worse than America. Mystery Babylon. This is going to be the finale.
Verse 6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of the lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
A sacrifice in Basra, man. A great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Right? Because it's going to be this whole land going to be a sacrifice, man. It's going to be a sacrifice. That's why it's talking about the kidneys, the blood, the goats, and everything, because those are sacrificial animals. It's going to be a great sacrifice on this whole land, and no man's ever going to dwell on this land no more because of all the Israelite blood that was shed on this land.
Verse 7. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fat.
And that goes to Revelation chapter 12. His place ain't going to be found no more in heaven. All his space stations, the unicorn, his satellites. It's a scripture. I got to find it for you. And it might be Ezekiel, it might be in the book of Psalms, but it speaks about, it might be in the book of Ezekiel, I'm not sure. But it breaks down the satellites, and that's a deep breakdown, so I have to find it. Keep going. Yep, all that shit's gonna come down. When we get in the kingdom, Esau, you're not gonna have American-made satellites floating around in the heavens.
Isaiah 34, verse 8.
Hold on. And that Starlink shit, they shooting that shit up there in the sky in vain, because all that shit's gonna come down.
For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion.
Who is this all for? The controversy of Zion. That's it. It says it's the day of the Lord's vengeance, man.
Exactly.
The day of the Lord's vengeance. Just like in Revelation chapter 6, who's going to be credited for it? We're credited for doing all this, the Lord. So the Lord's coming back for two things. It says recompense of Zion, right? To redeem his people, and for vengeance, to get vengeance on the other nations. So what are we doing? We're sent out here for those same two things. To redeem his people by teaching his truth, and to tell the other nations of the vengeance that's coming. To prophesy to the other nations of the vengeance that's coming, pretty much. So, you know, that's been a breakdown of Revelation chapter 6. We touched everything in it. Hopefully it's been edifying. You know, we're going to end it off there, and with that, we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodas.
Salvation to the elect.
Shalom.
And this spot is super adventurous. You couldn't stand in this spot.